Grid preparation basically starts Saturday night, straight after qualifying. We have a group of grid trolleys that we use transporting our equipment from the garage down to the grid. So the guys generally start loading that on Saturday night. We have to check everything is functional, generators, make sure they're fueled and they're operating, and make sure the equipment's loaded on. My name is Graham Watson. I'm the team manager of the Scuderia Toro Rosso Formula 1 team, and my role is pretty much encompassing sporting regulations and operational management. There are a lot of personnel involved in getting to the grid, and predominantly this is because the grid trolleys weigh a lot. They're not allowed to be motorised, that's a regulation, so you've got to manually push or pull them. I mean, it's pretty much taking the garage to the grid.
Can you go charge on, please, for the queuing, and we go charge off for the practice starts. Charge on now, please.
Yep, copy.
Installation laps, these are probably a bit of a throwback from the past. We used to rebuild the car pretty much after morning warm-up on a Sunday. I mean, back in the day when I first came to Formula 1, there was other regulations in play that aren't there anymore. Now, these days, installation laps are more for the driver to get a feeling, where is the car at? You know, we try to put them on a reasonably good set of tyres. They get out there, they do a good flying lap, come through the pit lane, give us that information just of any fine-tuning we could possibly do before the race.
Car's feeling not too bad, but I don't think the tyres are in a representative window at the moment.
Copy that. Just focus on the procedure for the practice starts.
When the guys all go to the grid, I'm sitting on the pit wall on my own, generally, or the strategy engineer close by, and I have a priority radio channel. So basically, this channel blanks out every other communication within our team.
20 seconds, Pierre, 20 seconds, Brendan, for the back of the grid. 20 seconds, Pierre, 20 seconds, Brendan.
It's basically just giving the guys all the sporting regulation requirements, plus keeping them on track, that we're not sitting there on the short stands with no wheels on the car when the race is about to start. So the guys are now just setting up ready for the car to arrive, so plugging in the air lines for the wheel guns. There's a guy now just plugging in the big cooling fans for the dry ice box, so that's the blue box there, that's all the dry ice in it. You can see a load of brake fans there for when the car comes to the back of the grid. The engineers won't always fit the brake fans. Occasionally they'll call me and say, Graham, ask the guys to fit the fans, and occasionally they won't call at all. So we'll only pass an instruction if it's to do something. We don't pass an instruction to not do something.
We go to the grid, stop at the back of the grid. When you stop the car, P1, wait 5 seconds, P0.
Yep, copy, I'm just behind, yeah.
Copy that. See you on the grid.
The cars arrive at the back of the grid, so the guys will jack them up. We'll put them onto these carbon wheelie boards. Everybody on the grid around the car has predominantly the same job they have in the garage. Each guy on each corner will have a responsibility to have a wheel on or a wheel off, a tyre blanket, maybe the torque wrench if it's his job to do the torquing on the front wheel or the rear axle. So everybody has a role. There's a number one mechanic, an overall number one mechanic, and there's a senior race engineer. And those two have the responsibility of one of the cars, out of the two cars. So, and they'll be directing the individuals who are doing these tasks. The engineer just going through there on the steering wheel, making sure that all the switches are set as per requirement for race start.
30 minutes to formation lap, 30 minutes.
Last minute strategy check. It's the front wing flap adjusting, so we're just checking that the front wing flap angle is correct. The Honda engineers, they'll be asking for a cranking, so to move the water through the engine, or for a full engine start, depending on where they are in terms of temperature.
Race engineering, there are no rain showers within a 20-kilometre radius of the circuit.
International anthem, so no engine starts, no cranking. Wait for like the 2 or 3 minutes, depending on how long the anthem length is. Driver returns to the car around 10 minutes before, when we start to fit him back in the car. The wheels have to be torqued up, the little torque wrench, which gives us a starting point and indication, and then we torque the rest of the wheel with the wheel gun. At 30 seconds, I will give them the call that it's 30 seconds and clear the grid, and you'll see the guys remove the blankets. Driver will do a quick clutch point find, and now he just waits for the green light. We'll do a practice start. Now it goes to the pit lane speed limiter, which I think was 80 kph, and then the guys run back to the garage. Most of the guys in the grid formation is involved in the pit stop, so we need to be ready for a first lap incident, maybe a broken front wing at turn 1 or a puncture, and then we calm down and go into the race. I don't think anybody can really sort of understand until you've been in the moment the sort of level of stress, tension, pressure. There is a huge amount of things going on the grid that ultimately leads to us having a successful formation lap and a good race start.